over the years. There was a lot of trying to change where money was flowing from the top down and running into dead ends over and over again during my time at the World Bank and running a working group for the Coalition of Finance Ministers for Climate Action, advising the central banks network for greening the financial system, participating in the G20 Sustainable Finance Working Group. I tried many different avenues over my more than 5 years of working at the World Bank to really change the direction of financial flows so that they would support life and the transition to a regenerative economy. And after years of trying to create those shifts, I felt a little bit cynical and frustrated about the pace of change and the need for money to get to regenerators, the people doing the most urgent work in the world now of stewarding our lands and waters and healing places and listening to what places need to become sacred again where they've been desecrated. And after years of that, I moved out to the Bay Area, launched Finance for Gaia, and I wasn't exactly sure what direction the work was going to take me in, but I knew I needed to get closer to the land. And the inspiration has come from talking to people that are running land and water stewardship projects and listening to so many amazing Indigenous communities around the world that are doing incredible bridge building work to work with Western scientists and finance and policymakers to envision a path forward that we can all walk together. In addition to listening to all those amazing people, I've also been doing a lot of listening to the land and the waters myself. The redwoods are one of the main reasons I moved to the Bay Area. They are one of my favorite species in the world and such an old and powerful tree. And I've been spending a lot of time in old growth redwood groves over the past couple of years. And those places have inspired me just as much as many of the conversations I've had.
Okay, well, I have so many questions. Bioregional Financing Facilities, BFFs, this is how you've kind of framed it at a high level. Maybe we start there, and then I'd love to ask you a bit more about why this is such an important idea or solution set for this time.
Yeah, so bioregional financing facilities are kind of my response to the poly crisis and the increasing concentration of wealth that our current economic system is driving, and the lack of resources that regenerative projects around the world have access to. And bioregional financing facilities have 3 core objectives. One is to decentralize financial resource governance, so putting finance in the hands of people that are living in relationship to place and allowing them to use their wisdom and relationships to determine how finance should flow to support regeneration in that place. They also enable the organization of a synergistic web of projects in the bioregion. So from the finance perspective, there aren't yet well-organized, aggregated portfolios of bioregional projects in places for them to invest in. So bioregional financing facilities enable that organization to take place. And then third, they support the transition to a regenerative economy, which right now I see as in a kind of monoculture capitalist economy that is driving how things are valued around the world. And as a result is kind of driving this sucking up of the earth and turning it into money as fast as we can. That is the attractor of the current economic system. And I have a vision that we move to, it's essentially a return to a biodiversity of economies connected to place around the world. So small stable, more sovereign, locally governed economies that can interact with each other and trade with each other, but from a place of first understanding what the bioregion can provide in terms of resources to support the economy there.